Hi everyone, welcome back to the Physio Well. Today we are going to go through a short class focusing on posture. So a lot of the time many of us are sitting at a desk, often especially with COVID, working from home, potentially with not a particularly good work setup, maybe over a laptop, so kind of looking down, probably slightly rounded forwards over your computer, and potentially not taking many breaks through the day if you're really busy, and that could lead to neck, shoulder, back problems, or just kind of a feeling of stiffness and soreness at the end of the day. So today's class is really just to open things up, to get you moving, and to really strengthen you, particularly through your posterior chain, so focusing on the shoulders, your back, your glutes, and then also looking at a little bit of abdominal work as well. So let's just start with a few mobility exercises to get us started. So we're just going to start rolling your shoulders back, nice big circles, starting to really focus on your breath. So breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. Good, and then just really focus on this length through your collarbones. So we're going to draw your shoulders back and down, opening wide through the collarbones. Start to engage through your core. So really just lifting up through your pelvic floor, drawing your navel back towards your spine. We're just going to start bending over, reaching towards the outside of one knee, and then reaching towards the outside of your other knee. Breathing in, breathing out. And then coming back up. Good. And then we're now just going to reach those arms all the way out to the side. Big breath in. Hands behind your head. We're going to keep your hips facing forward. Just breathe out. Twist through your upper body. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, twist the other way. Breathe in, come back. Once more, breathe out, twist. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, twist the other way, breathe in, return. Reach those arms back up, look up at your hands, and then bend the elbows. Really lift your chest to the ceiling, arching the back a little bit, reaching back up, and release those arms back down. So I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to now just really focus on getting mobility through the whole of your spine. So we're going to take your chin down to your chest, and just start to roll down one vertebra at a time. Really feeling like you're getting mobility through the whole of your spine, coming into a nice stretch into the hamstrings, into the calf. Take a deep breath in, and then roll back up. Come to halfway, just above your knees. Bend your knees, look up, and drop your spine to the floor, lifting your chest. And then drop your head round your spine again, straighten your knees, keep rolling up, one vertebra at a time. And then again, reach those arms to the ceiling and drop those arms back down again. Perfect, well done. Right, so now we're going to do some lunges. So I really want us to focus on our spine and the position of your spine. So really focus on keeping your shoulders over your hips, keeping that spine really upright, and avoiding rounding through your upper back or leaning forwards. So we're going to keep those shoulders drawn down and back, engage the core. We're going to step back with your right leg into a lunge, and then reach that right leg up to a 90-degree tabletop position, and then step back into a lunge, and reach that right leg up. We're going to breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Good, just really focusing on that balance through the left leg, controlling with your breath, not speeding things up. One more, holding that position with that tabletop. We're now going to come into some single leg, what I like to call Supermans. So we're going to reach both arms forward as you kick your right leg back and reach, really lengthening through your spine, and then come back up, bringing that leg back to tabletop, And then again, kick that right leg back. Reach your arms forward, lengthen through the crown of your head, and then come back up, bringing that knee to tabletop. Breathing out. Breathing in. It's a really good balance challenge as well. Let's do a few more. And in. As you stand tall, draw those shoulders back. As you reach, keep that length through your spine. Reach through your fingertips, through the toes. Last one. And release. All right, obviously we need to do the same on the other side. So again, we're resetting, shoulders over hips, core engaged. We're going to step back with your left leg into a lunge, and then bring that left leg up to tabletop. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Really focusing on that length from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Let's do another 2. And another 1. Hold that position. We're going to come back into our little Supermans. So arms reach forward as you kick your left leg back. Really lengthen through your spine. And then come back to tabletop. Draw those shoulders back. Reach forward. And back up. If you find you're losing your balance, really focusing on grounding through the big toe on the right leg. Lifting up tall, engaging your glutes as you stand tall. Let's do 2 more. All the way up. Last one. Whoop, losing my balance. Last one. And then coming back up. Hard work on that leg. Right, well done. Let's shake it out a little bit. So now we are going to come down onto our hands and knees, but let's really enjoy that movement, getting from standing to the hands and knees 4-point position. So let's roll down, chin to chest, really focusing on each mobility through each segment of your spine, reaching down to your toes, walking your hands forward. We're going to come into a plank and just hold that plank. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. Drop your right knee down, left knee down. And now we should be in a nice 4-point kneeling position. So again, before we come into some really good strength work, let's just get a bit of mobility work. So dropping your chin to your chest, rounding through your spine, pushing the floor away, and then lifting your chest, dropping your spine to the floor. And again, reverse. And just keep flowing through that movement. So again, just focusing on our posture when we are sitting still or doing repetitive tasks. We can really stiffen up through our mid-back, our thoracic spine, and hold tension in our neck and shoulders. So we're just trying to let that go. And then we're going to find that neutral position. So halfway between the two, we've got a small curve in our lower back. Really push the floor away to engage your shoulder blades, engaging the core, drawing your navel in towards your spine, tucking your toes under. We're just going to hover your knees off the floor. So again, we're kind of in a seated position. If you imagine me sitting on a chair, it's a similar position to what I am in now. But we're really focusing on it, maintaining a neutral spine and engaging our core in a position that you are in for a lot of the day. So often it's really good to strengthen in the position that you are in and then come back down. Untuck your toes. So at the beginning we did say we'd work a little bit on your posterior chain. So thinking about our lats, our glutes, our extensors of our spine. So maintaining that neutral position, we're going to reach your left arm forward and your right leg back. And just hold that position, keeping your chin tucked in, Keeping the back of your head level with the rest of your spine. Hold that position. And then you're going to keep your leg and arm straight, but just lower them to the floor. Lift them straight back up. Down and up. For the moment, we're trying to maintain a neutral position, not arching your back as you lift your arm and leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to start to add a little arch. So as you lift your arm and leg, you're going to look up and just try and come into a little bit of extension and then drop back down. Lifting up, drop back down. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming back to your neutral double, so 4-point kneeling position. Hands again are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Tucking your toes, engaging the core. We're going to hover those knees again. Breathing in, breathing out for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Untuck your toes. We're now going to extend your right arm on your left leg. We're going to hold it there. Breathing in, breathing out. Focusing on that control. Nice lengthened leg, lengthened arm. Now without arching your back, you're going to lower your arm and leg, lift them back up. Maintaining that neutral position. Good. Now we're going to start to add that extension. Looking up and extend. Dropping down. Another 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. All right, last exercise in this position, really focusing on our shoulders again. We're just going to do little dips through your shoulder blades. So you're going to drop down so your chest comes towards the floor and your shoulder blades come together. And then you're going to lift your chest away from the floor and push your shoulder blades apart. Dropping down and lifting up. But maintaining the neutral position of your spine. So your core is still engaged and we're just lifting through the shoulder blades, through the chest. Really good exercise to strengthen the shoulders and those postural muscles at the back. Let's go 2. Let's go 1. And then release, push back into child's pose. Take 2 breaths. And then coming back up. We're now going to come down onto your front. Okay, so we're going to start with your arms out in front of you. So very similar to what we just did on your hands and knees, but now a little bit more challenging because you're now in a longer lever position. So we're going to have your forehead resting on the floor, hands shoulder width apart, tucking your tailbone under so that you maintain a nice neutral position of your spine. You're still engaging your core. We're going to just start with opposite arm and leg, lifting up and down and alternating sides. So for the moment, keep your head on the floor and just lift arm and opposite leg, engaging through the glutes, engaging through the lats on the other side. Good, let's do a few more. And release. Now you're going to bend those elbows to 90 degrees and then keep that forehead resting on the floor. This time we're going to lift your arms and your head and chest off the floor together. So really squeeze the glutes, engage the core, draw your shoulders down and back. Lift up through your head, neck, shoulders and arms and lower back down. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. So keeping that length through the back of your neck, You're always looking down to the floor. You're keeping your feet on the floor but engaging the glutes to maintain a neutral position of your lower back. Let's go one more. And release back down. All right, coming now onto your front still, but now arms are by your side. You're still tucking your chin in so your forehead's on the floor. Relax your shoulders but keep your arms by your side. Core engaged. We're going to draw those shoulders down and back. Lift your hands. Lift your head. And then just start pulsing those arms up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach those arms forward and come back down all the way. Tuck that tailbone under, core engaged. Now we're going to lift your arms, your legs, and your head up together, both sides. Lift up. And then we're going to start lifting and lowering. Opposite arm and leg, but quite quickly. Imagine you're swimming for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hands under your shoulders and push back into child's pose. Knees apart, feet together. 2 big breaths. All right, amazing guys. Let's come into a seated position. So we're going to start at the front of your mat. And we're going to get your feet hip width apart, knees bent. Hold behind your knees to begin with. And just really pull yourself up tall, shoulders drawn down and back. And then we're going to reach your arms out in front of you. So it's really important when we are sitting for most of the day to be able to control our position of our lower back and use our abdominals, use our back muscles to maintain a neutral position. So often we slump in our chairs when we're sitting for a long period of time. So it's really focusing on being able to strengthen and maintain this more neutral position. So we're just going to work through that movement together. Keeping your chin tucked in. We're just going to round through your spine, drop your chin to your chest. Just let everything go. Breathing out as you round. Hold that position where you feel like you can maintain without shaking, without having any pain in your back, shoulders or neck. And then you're going to keep folding forward, reach forward, keep your chin tucked in, and then at the last minute stack yourself up tall, shoulders over your hips, coming into more of an S-shape neutral curve of your spine. Let's do that 2 more times. Drop your chin to your chest, roll your spine into a C shape, breathing out. Breathe in as you hold. Breathe out as you reach forward and stack yourself back up tall. Keep those shoulders drawn down away from your ears. Let's do that once more. Breathing out, roll down. Breathing in, hold. Breathe out, reach forward and stack yourself up tall. Perfect. Right, now this time we're going to roll all the way down onto your back. So take your time, roll down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach those arms back and then bring those legs in. Hug your right knee into your chest. And then we're just going to focus on a little stretch through the hamstrings. So hamstrings take a lot of stress from sitting, where they're basically in a shortened position for long periods of time when we're sitting all day. And they can get really tight, impacting the load and the position through our pelvis and our lower back. So a lot of people I see with lower back pain actually have very tight hamstrings. So let's stretch those hamstrings by lengthening that leg up to the sky. And then just flex your foot towards you, adding a little bit of tension into that calf, and then release. Adding that tension, release. This also adds a little bit of tension through your sciatic nerve. So we're just releasing any tension through the leg. And release. We're going to hug your left knee into your chest. And reach that leg high to the sky. Coming into that hamstring stretch. And then add a little bit of calf tensioning. And release back down. So let's come to our last few exercises before we finish. So we're going to come into a shoulder bridge. So again, our glutes are often very weak if we don't exercise, if we don't use them. And obviously when we're sitting for most of the day, our glutes are not active because we're literally sitting on them. So it's really important for our posture to engage our glutes. So we're going to bring your feet close to your bottom so you can touch your heels with the tips of your fingers. We're going to start in a neutral position and then roll your pelvis back. So your back is flat against the floor. Start to roll up one vertebra at a time, coming into your shoulder bridge position. We're going to hold that position, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. And again, maintaining hips level right and left. Bring your right knee to tabletop and back down. Left knee to tabletop and back down. Maintaining that nice, strong activation through the glute of the leg that stays on the floor. Not dropping one leg lower than the other. Let's go for another 3. And 2. And 1. And then lower down one vertebra at a time. Slow and controlled. Coming back through center. Let's do that once more. Tilt your pelvis back, scoop your tailbone, one vertebra up at a time, coming up into your shoulder bridge. Focus on not arching your back. So try and keep a neutral position. The ribs are flat against your stomach. Glutes are engaged. Again, breathe out, right leg lifts. Breathe in lower. Breathe out left. Breathe in lower. Good. Let's do 2 more on each side. Right, left, 1 more each side. Right, left. Tilt that pelvis again, roll back slowly and release. Glue your feet and knees together, arms out wide. We're going to roll both knees to the left as you look over your right shoulder. Just a really nice spine twist, release through the lower back and upper back. I love doing this any time of day. And then the other way, roll your knees to the right, look over your left shoulder. And come back through center. We're going to hug both knees into your chest. And then just slowly start to rock forward and back, cross the ankles, and then come back onto your hands and knees. And then we're just going to come back into that child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, push back into child's pose. 2 breaths. Good. Coming back onto your hands and knees once more. Hands slightly further forward than your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips coming into your downward facing dog. And hold it there for 2 breaths. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet.
Again, just keep that nice stretch through the spine, through the hamstrings, and then roll up one vertebra at a time, taking your time. Come back up into standing, roll those shoulders down and back. All right, well done. So now, just finishing off, coming into a little bit of a neck stretch. So we're going to take your right hand, grabbing onto the left arm. Keep nice and tall. And take your left ear to your left shoulder. Really just feeling a nice stretch through the right side of your neck. Breathe. Slightly looking forward. Again, just releasing that tension that we hold so easily around our neck and shoulders. And then come back up. Grab hold of your right arm with your left hand. Grow nice and tall. Take your right ear to your left shoulder, stretching out the left side of your neck. And look forward slightly, feeling a slightly different stretch. Slowly back up. And then hands interlaced behind your back. Lift your chest, lift your arms away from you, slightly look up. Big breath in. And out. Release those hands. Roll those shoulders back. Give yourself a clap. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I will hopefully see you soon. I've got loads more classes coming up in the next few weeks. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. It's a great one to do often, just to really strengthen those stability muscles, those postural muscles. So let me know what you think in the comments below. See you soon. Bye.